Hello everybody, welcome to our beginner ballet class. So today in ballet, I'm going to teach you a few things. So if you've never done ballet before, or if you've done it a little bit and you're interested in getting back into it, this is a good class for you. So what I'll do at the beginning, I'll go over a few of the important things about ballet, the positions of the body, what we do with our arms, how we hold our arms, how we stand at the bar, and then I'll go through some of the beginner exercises that we do at the bar. So these exercises, no matter whether you're a beginner or a professional dancer, they're the basis of ballet technique and ballet training. So a few things that you'll need today, if you have one, you'll need a chair. So we'll use like the back of the chair as a ballet bar. You don't have a chair, if you have a counter in your kitchen that's pretty high, you can use that as well. Also, for ballet, I have on my ballet slippers. If you don't own those, then you can wear socks. I don't recommend bare feet for this. Also recommend working on a hardwood floor if you have one, not carpet. So let's go ahead and get started. So walk over to your bar or your counter or wherever you're at. So ballet, they call it the ballet bar, B-A-R-R-E. So ballet terminology, a lot of it is in French because ballet was made in the French courts. So you may hear me say some words that you're either familiar with or not familiar with. This because most of ballet is talked about in French. So I have the back of my chair as my ballet bar. The thing about ballet is that you have two halves of the body. So you'll be working both sides of your body doing the same exercises. The first thing that I want to teach you about ballet is about turnout. So right now I'm standing in a position called parallel. Parallel means that your feet are pointing forward. They're not pointing in like this, that would be called turning in. They're not turning out like this, that's turnout. So this is parallel position. We always want to start here before we start rotating into our turnout. Ballet is in turnout, it's not in parallel. So you can start in parallel to find your turnout and just turn your feet out and turn them back in. Hands should be on your hips. Turn your feet out and turn them back in. So what you're doing when you're practicing this is you're finding the rotation in your hips. You don't want to rotate from your knees, you want to rotate from your hips. Turn out, turn in. Also, you don't want to turn one foot and then turn the other and wiggle. You want to make sure it's all at the same time. So turn out and turn in. Turn out and turn in. So when you're turning out, you should feel that rotation happening all the way from the bottoms of your feet all the way up to your hips. You should feel all the muscles in your legs engaged as you're rotating in and out. So we're just going to practice turning in and out. This is called first position that we're going to. We're going to practice turning out to first position 8 times. Ready? Here we go. Turn out, turn in, turn out, turn in, turn out, turn in, turn out, turn in. We're halfway there. Turn out, turn in, turn out, turn in, turn out, turn in, turn out, turn in. Good job. So you've just activated those turnout muscles. You should feel them working. Give it a little shake. Okay. I'm going to walk you through the basic arm positions. Now today, we're only going to do about 3 arm positions. So this is first position on ba. On ba means at the bottom or down by your hips. So sometimes you might see my arms when we're doing exercises down here. They're not resting on my legs. They're being held in a circular shape. So you want 2 curves on both sides of your body. Your fingers are not touching. Your fingertips is like, you feel like you have magnets in your fingertips. They're not touching. You want to engage your arms and hold them. This means you're holding your arm all the way through your back. So your back is engaged, your shoulders are engaged. You're not rotating your shoulder forward, you're rotating your shoulder a little bit backwards. So this is first position. This is also first position. So you're going to see your arms here, and you're going to have to hold your arms here a lot. Sometimes we open our arms to the side. That's second position. So I'll go through a few of those again. So this is first position on ba, first position, and then second position. And you notice when I move to second position, I also move my feet. That's because in ballet, you have different positions of the feet. So this again, is turnout. So turnout is a rotation of your leg from your hips to your feet. I'm standing in first position turnout. So a lot of times you'll see a dancer standing here with their arms on off or their arms here, first position. Now, when you open your foot to the side, I'm going to do a tendu out and then place my foot down. When I do my tendu out to the side, I'm also bringing my arms open. This position is called second position. Now, I want you to notice while I'm standing here that my feet are not too wide apart. They're about shoulder distance apart. When I do second position, that's how wide I want you to go today. Sometimes you'll have teachers that have you go a little bit wider to do your grande plies in second position, but we'll don't worry about that until we get there. So let's go through these basic positions again. So this is parallel position. This is first position. This is also first position with different arms. Second position. Another position that we're going to use, now fourth position is a little tricky, but I'm going to throw in this video anyway because some of you might have taken ballet for years and years, I don't know. But fourth position is also a turned out position. So when you're in fourth position, your feet are about 1 foot space apart. I was kind of showing you sideways, but I'm going to show you this side. Both feet are rotating outward. That's why it's important that you're really activating all the muscles from way, way, way up here, spiraling all the way down to your feet. And then fifth position, I'm going to tendu and close. Fifth position is also a position that we use where your feet are connected. Both are rotating out using your turnout. Your legs are spiraling all the way up to your hips. All right, so now that you've learned some of the positions of the body, we're going to go ahead and get started with our basic ballet class, starting with warming up our feet. So to warm up our feet, we're going to do something called prances. So you can hold on to the ballet bar or your chair to the side, or you can stand like this to do your prances. I'm going to do it like this so that you can see me from the side. Another thing about ballet is that usually we start with our left hand on the bar. Now that's because when you're starting with your left hand on the bar, you're beginning with your right leg. So I'm going to start with my left hand on the bar. I'm going to start with my right foot in the prance. So a prance, you just come up to the ball of your foot, and then you put your heel down. But what you're doing, you're not just doing it on one foot, you're doing it on this foot, and then as you're bringing that heel down, you're switching and the other foot rises. And then you switch and the other foot rises. You're not going on the top of your toes, just to the ball of your feet. That's where your toes meet the base of your foot. And switch. We're going to do that 7 times, and then plie on the 8th. When we plie on the 8th time, we're going to bring both heels up and rise to the top of our toes. This action right here of rising to the top of our toes is called a releve. So we're going to do this 7 times. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plie, 8, rise up and releve, and we're going to hold. All right, I'll talk you through. 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, I want you to repeat on the other side just so you get used to switching sides. Now your left foot is going to start with the rise, and then you're going to plie and releve at the end. One thing I forgot to mention, but I showed you in the video, is my hand is on my hip. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lower your heels down. All right, so you should feel your ankles and your feet a little bit more warmed up. That's because in a few more exercises, we're going to be brushing our foot on the floor, to stretch it out. And what you're doing is you want to wake up all those little muscles in your feet so that you don't get foot cramps when we start doing tendus. Now we're going to do this same exercise in first position turn out. So remember, first position, I said you're using your turnout, which is rotating from your hips, not your knees. So this is me rotating just from my knees. I'm going to hurt my knees if I do that. I want to rotate all the way up here from my hips. Now, you may be looking down at your feet, and you're like, I'm making the letter V with my feet. Maybe your turnout is here. Maybe your turnout is here. Maybe your turnout is a straight line all the way to the side. It doesn't matter where it is. What matters is that your hip, your knee, and your feet are all pointing in the same direction. So if you notice that your knees are pointing way over here, your feet are pointing out here, and you need to double check your turnout because you want all of those things in one line. All right, so I'm going to turn out here. I'm going to just keep my hands on my hips. You can turn around and face the bar. I just want to make sure I can see you and you can see me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring your heels down. We're going to repeat on the left side. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze your muscles. 7, 8. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Heels down. Take it out. All right, so I'm going to teach you a plie, the first exercise that we do at the bar. Some ballet schools start with tendus. I'm going to go ahead and start with a plie. So I'm standing in my first position turnout. So remember, activate your turnout. Bring your arm to first. So your arm in plies will go from low first, and it will open. So watch my arms again. So I'm in first position. I'm holding it low, en bas. I bring it up. I bring it out. One more time. Start here. Bring it up. And bring it out to the side. Now, when your arm is out to the side, you're still pretending like you have that curve, like you're making a gigantic circle, even though it's only one side of your body working. Your arm shouldn't be way back here where you can't see it. You don't want it way up here yet. That's another position to have your arm over your head. So you want to make sure that you can still see it out of the corner of your eye. You can still see your fingertips. Now when you do your plie, you're going to bring your arm down and up, open, down, up, open. Now I'm doing a demi plie. Demi plie means small bend. So it's a small bend in my knees. I'll walk you through it. Start with your arm en bas, to the middle, and open. Demi plie, and stretch. Demi plie, and stretch. Grand plie is a big plie, a deep plie. So you're going to go all the way down to the floor. Keep your spine straight. Your heels come off the floor. Your heels go back on the floor. Your arm opens to the side. All this time you're squeezing your muscles. So we're going to do 2 demi plies in first, and then a grand plie. Here we go. Demi plie, and squeeze. Demi plie, and squeeze. Grand plie. Fold forward. Try to get your face to touch your legs. Keep your arm over your head. Open it to the side. Good. So what I just walked you through was a demi plie to a grand plie. So we did 2 demi plies and 1 grand plie. So for the amount of time it took you to do the grand plie, you could fit 2 demi plies in there. So these are really warming up your whole body. After that, we did a stretch forward. We did a stretch forward and came back up, and then brought our arm to the side. We're gonna do that again on first position on the other side. So go ahead and turn around at the bar, keep in the other direction. Activate your turnout, arm as well, ready, go. Demi plie, and stretch. Demi plie, and stretch. Plie. Fold forward. Face touches your knees. Rise up. Arm down. Okay, so that was in first position. The next one is in second position. The second position, as I said before, your feet are about shoulder distance apart. To get to second position, you do something called a tendu. Tendu means to stretch. So you're stretching your foot and your ankle to the side. You're pointing your foot, and then you roll through your foot just like we practiced earlier to bring your foot back down. So if I'm standing at the bar in first position, to go to second, I just brush my foot out in a tendu, put my feet down on the floor, and I'm in second. But I still have my first position arms. So when you're doing it in second position, your arms stay open. It'll be demi and stretch. Demi and stretch. Now in grande plie in second, your heels stay on the floor. So in first position, my heels came up off the floor, and second, they stayed on the floor. Let's try it on the first side. So starting in first, tendu out to the second, bring your arm out to the side, heel goes down. Demi plie and stretch. Demi plie and stretch. Grande plie, heel stay down. Now, instead of folding forward, you're going to stretch over to the side, arm goes overhead, stretch to the side. Bring your arms back center, stretch to the other side. Bring your arms back center, and arms down. Now we're going to switch sides, on the other side. Turn in first, tendu out second, heel down, make sure you still have turnout on both legs. Here we go. Demi plie and stretch. Demi plie and stretch. Grande plie. Stretch over. Switch, stretch over. And then bring your feet back together. All right, so I told you that we have 4 different positions in the body that we're going to work in today. We're also going to do fourth and fifth. Fourth position, your feet are here. Now, like Ms. Ross, this is really hard. Yeah, fourth is one of the hardest positions for some of us because of our turnout. It's also a little bit tricky because you really have to squeeze those muscles. So your muscles should never feel relaxed. You should be engaging your muscles the entire time and really pulling them up. You also feel like your legs are spiraling to keep you rotated. Otherwise, you're going to turn back in. So you have to engage the muscles in your legs. To go to fourth position, some people teach it as a grande, and then you bring your heels down. It doesn't really matter how you, for today, it doesn't really matter how you get there. I just want you to bring your foot here and place it down on the floor. Keep your arm in second. Plie, heels stay on the floor. It's a small bend for our demi plie and stretch, straighten both legs. Plie, keep the rotation and stretch. Grande plie, keep the rotation. Legs are pointing to the side, legs are pointing to the side. Let's go back down and stretch. Now, stretching here, go all the way around. Reaching towards the bar, reaching behind you, reaching all the way around. Arm comes to the front, reaching all the way around. Arm comes back down to your foot. Arm is to the side. I want you to hold it there, try the other side. So I'm in second position. On you, grande jambe, place my heel in. Arms to the side, rotating both legs. Demi-plie and straight. Demi-plie and straighten. Grand plie, keep rotating those legs. Follow your hand with your face. On the jump, or sorry, quarter bras. All the way around. And hold. Make sure you're still rotating your legs. All right. So that's fourth position. We're going to put both of those sides together and do it without me stopping in between. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Demi-plie and sweep. Demi-plie and sweep. Grand plie. Quarter bras. Switch sides. Demi-plie. Plie. Grand plie. Quarter bras. Reverse. All right, that was fourth position, one of the harder ones. So if you found that to be too difficult, then you don't have to do fourth position, especially as a beginner. You can just do first and second position if as a beginner. All right, so I'm going to teach you fifth position. So fourth is apart, but fifth is attached. So if you're going from fourth position to fifth position, you're going to tendu and close. When I'm standing in fifth position, my foot, my toes, and my heels are touching. So my toes of my back foot, my heel of my front foot are touching. I'm still rotating both feet using that turnout. So fourth position, I tendu, close and fit. Your toes and your heel are touching. Double check and make sure, because sometimes people touch their toes. I don't know how it's done. You feel like you're rotating in, you go the other way and rotate out. Use your turn out. Right, so I'm in fifth position. I do the same thing. I do my demi-plie and squeeze. My knees go apart. Demi-plie, your knees are over your toes and squeeze. I do my grand plie in fifth position. My heels come up off the floor. Still have a straight spine. I'm not leaning forward. I'm not leaning back. Still have my straight spine. Come all the way back up. Make sure you're still rotating your feet. I stop rotating my back foot. Gotta work on that, squeezing those muscles a little bit more. All right, so that's what demi grand looks like in fifth. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Same arms as before. Demi-plie and squeeze. Demi-plie and squeeze. Grand plie. Fold forward. Face to your knees. Rise up. Ombre back. Arms up. And since this is the last one we do, we want to go to a releve. Squeezing those feet together, squeezing those muscles, nice straight legs, still rotating. Your hand comes off the chair or the bar and you're balancing. Squeezing your muscles, then you can plie after that. Switch sides. Same thing, fifth position, so tendu, close fit. Make sure that both legs are straight. Sometimes we push our hips backwards. I forgot to mention this in the beginning of the video. You don't want to push your hips backwards. You want to point your tailbone down. So all of our bodies have natural curves, so it doesn't matter how your body is shaped. You need to think about this anatomically. You need to think about your bones. So you have a bone right here called the tailbone, and the tailbone is naturally curved in your pelvis. You want to think about pointing that tailbone down to the floor. When you're going down, the tailbone's pointing down. When you're coming up, the tailbone still points down. You might be like, it's Ross, when I'm turning out, it's like impossible to point my tailbone down. That means you just have to work harder at that. really squeeze those muscles and really try to activate not only your mind, but also activate your muscles in your legs. Those are what are going to help you. All right, so plies from fit. Other side, straight legs, using your turnout. Here we go. Plie, and stretch. Plie, and stretch. Long plie. Fold forward. Rise up. Come right back. And together, releve. Hold. 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 And release. You can do plie and soften your knees. All right, we're going to put that whole sequence together. First position, second position, fourth position, fifth position on the left side. Switch, going to the right side. Ready? Great. This time we're going to try it with music. Technical difficulties. Thank you for your patience. We'll get this up started in just a second. Okay, so you're in first position at the bar, starting with your left hand on the bar or your counter, in turnout first position. Go ahead and turn to the other side, same thing.
Great. Hopefully that went well for you. Those were plies. So plie is an exercise that warms up really the whole body. So now that you know how to do that, you should probably be feeling like from your arms all the way to your head and neck, because it's stretching and strengthening the body at the same time. I'm going to go ahead and teach you a tendu now. Tendu means to stretch. So I showed you a little bit before we did the second position, the first and second, that I did a tendu out. Tendu means to stretch. That means you're stretching your leg, you're stretching your feet, you're stretching your toes, you're stretching your muscles all the way out. I want you to feel like, wow, not only am I using my muscles to turn out and hold that turn out, but I'm also stretching my muscles down. You should feel like there's a circular energy in your whole body on both sides. So right now, I feel like, wow, I'm rotating my legs to keep the turnout, rotating to point my foot. I'm really stretching through my muscles. So that's a tendu to the second. So tendus today, we're going to keep it simple, just tendus in first. So here I am in first position. I'm going to tendu out to second, but I'm not going to put my foot down. I just tendu out, close it, tendu out, close it. Now this leg is called your standing leg, or this leg, depending on what side we're doing our tendu. Your standing leg needs to be strong and rooted in the ground. You don't want your standing leg turning in and out like this. You want to keep your standing leg rooted down on the floor, really rotating those muscles all the way from the top of your hips, all the way down to your feet. And you want that standing leg to be strong. That's how you get your muscle. Another thing you'll notice is that when I'm doing my tendus in and out, I'm not wiggling. So you want to really engage your core, engage your stomach, and engage the muscles in your standing leg. So here I am in first. You can hold on to your bar if you want. Just going to tendu and close. Now tendu is a brush, so you feel like you're painting the floor to get your foot pointing on the floor. Your weight should be in the standing leg. So your weight shouldn't go over to your toe. You're going to hurt yourself if you do that. So the weight stays in your standing leg when you do your tendu. So go ahead and hold on to your bar. For me, I'm going to hold on to my hips so I can show you. I'm in my turned out first position. I'm going to start with this leg. My right leg might be your left leg or right leg. Either one is fine. Tendu out, brush in, brush out, brush in. Squeeze your muscles, brush out, brush in, brush out, brush in. Now switch, make this one your standing leg. So rotate those muscles, keep your turnout. You're gonna brush this leg out, paint the floor with your foot, brush in, brush out, brush in, brush out, no wiggling, brush in, brush out, brush in. We're going to do 8 times on this side, 8 times on this side, 4 times on this side, 4 times on this side, 2 times on this side, 2 times, 1 time, 1 time, 1 time, 1 time. All right, I'll go through it slow so you can follow. Make sure you're in first. Here we go, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. Now, plie in first position, so use your demi plie. Releve, which means rise to the balls of your feet. Balance and hold. Squeeze your muscles, no wiggling, no wobbling. If you feel like you're wiggling, put your heels down. Try it again. Balance and hold. And plie and release. All right, so those were our tendu exercises. Now, a lot of times ballet dancers do their tendus facing the bar or with one hand on the bar and then switching sides. Because this is a beginner video and the basics, I want to go ahead and teach you guys the next exercise, which is called the degage. So, my bar. So degage means to brush, to disengage or to leave the floor. So tendu means to brush and to stretch. Degage is a little bit off the floor. So I'm brushing and I'm stretching in a tendu. To degage, I just lift my foot off the floor. Just a little bit. Brush, 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 lift, close, brush, lift, close, brush, lift, close. Now, one thing I'm doing, because I'm leaning on the bar, is I'm wiggling. You don't want to wiggle. So if you find yourself wiggling, you really want to squeeze your muscles. Nobody should be gripping onto the bar like this. It should just be your fingertips touching. If you find that you're gripping down on the bar, then release it a little bit. Keep releasing and see if you can lightly hold the bar with your fingertips. So, just for now, keep your other hand on your hip for your degage. Just in first position, out to the side. Here we go. 8 times. Brush, point, lift, close. 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 Switch sides. This to the other side. Same thing. Make sure you're in first. Make sure you're rotating. Brush, point, lift, close. 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 Now, I don't know if you can hear that, but I can hear my foot brushing the floor. When you can hear your foot brushing the floor, that means you're working all the muscles. I want you to pretend my hand is my foot. Working all these little muscles in your foot, you're getting them strong. Why do you need those muscles to be strong? Because in ballet, you're pointing your foot the whole time. And in day-to-day life, you're usually not pointing your feet. You're usually walking on your feet like this. You're not pointing your feet. So in order to get your feet strong for ballet and for other styles of dance, you really have to work on pointing your foot. Pointing your foot. So degages and tendus will get your feet activated for that. So see if I can find music for tendus and degages. basic exercise where we combine the tendus and the degage. Sorry, I didn't tell you how many we're gonna do. That's my fault. I apologize, but hopefully you were able to follow along. All right, so we've done plies, we've done tendus, we've done degages. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the class here. I want you to work on those few exercises until we meet again. So I will continue this series of beginner ballet, where I continue to walk you through the basics of ballet, but I think this is a good start. So work on your plies, your tendus, and your degages. And next time when I see you, we're gonna start adding in our grande jambes, our frappes, and our grand battements, and stretching. So if you have any questions about this, please look back at the video, rewind it, look at some of the explanations that I did for you. Also, it's also very good if you just practice. So the more you practice, I recommend practicing in a mirror so you can really see, but you also want to feel. So something I'm big about with dancing is feeling, feeling your muscles, feeling your alignment, feeling your bones are stacked in the way they're supposed to. That's something that you learn along the way as you train. So if you're finding, wow, this is really hard, turnout is hard, then just practice the turnout exercise. If the releve is like, ooh, I can't get all the way up to the balls of my feet, then go as high as you can and just keep stretching. Ballet is a practice. Even professional dancers take ballet class every day. So it's a practice that you do all the way through your career, whether you pursue ballet professionally or you do other styles of dance. A ballet practice really gets your body strong, and it also gives you a really strong foundation for any style of dance that you want to train in. So yeah, so go back in the video, follow the instructions if you're a little lost, and keep practicing. I'll see you next time with more ballet.